So you want to learn electrical. Well, you clicked on the right video. It's the Big 25 and you don't know electrical? That's okay though. We're going to be going over the basics of electricity and Rust. Not wasting any time at all, we're going to get right into it. If you look in front of me, I have two large rechargeable batteries. You see this one's lighting up. This is because it's connected to a power source. This one right here is not lighting up because it is not connected to a power source, but if you look, it does have 200 power. This is because when you freshly craft a large rechargeable battery, it comes with 200 free power, which is perfect for really anything electrical that you want. However, it will run out quickly without a power source. You might be saying, Uncrust, what's a power source? Well, a power source is whatever charges your batteries. There are three current power sources in Rust. Number one being a wind turbine, number two being a solar panel, and number three being a power generator. A solar panel can only charge things during the day. A power generator takes low-grade power, and a wind turbine is basically just passive. I would highly recommend a wind turbine, although it is expensive to make and it's kind of hard to tech tree. Even though it doesn't really matter on a build server, I am using a wind turbine. So basically how you would use a wind turbine is you would go to this power out right here. You want to make it as neat as possible. I mean, you don't really have to, but I mean, if you're doing electrical for a team, you know, they're going to want it neat. All right, bring it all the way down here, from up there to down here, and you just plug it into the battery. Now this battery is gaining power. You're going through power sources. Now you want to go from your battery to whatever you want to power. Now, it's pretty simple. All you really need is an electrical branch. It's the black box, and you would just put it right next to your battery. You can put as many as you want for however many things you want to power. Simple as that. All right. And now you get your wire tool, and you go over to the battery. You go to power output, turn to the wall, turn it up, put it in. So from power out, as simple as just putting it into power in. Easy as that. So now, what you want to do if you have multiple branches is you want to go to power out, power in, power out, power in. Now all of them are powered. So now after you do all of that, there's a branch out option. But as you see, it only says 2. So how do you change it from 2? All you do is hit E on it, and now you can change how much power comes out of that branch. Now depending on what you're using, such as a turret, from a industrial conveyor, to really whatever, it all takes power. But how much? So all you have to do to check that is hit tab, crafting, go to electrical, and let's say you want a turret. You look right here, it says how much power usage it needs. The turret only needs 10, so all you have to do is put 10 in here, 10, get your wire tool, bring it down. So you want to go from branch out whenever you're bringing it to something that needs power. All the way down here, up, here, and you see where it says power in? And it's on. Easy as that. Going from there, I'm going to show you how to do industrial auto sorting. Now, a lot of people quit after they learn how to do turrets and they're like, industrial? That seems too hard. I'm not going to do that. Well, it's a lot more simple than you think. So we'll use these as the depot boxes, this as the gun boxes, this is the ammo box, armor box, and med box. Okay? Okay, let me make it easier so you guys can see. All right, now that all the boxes are labeled and you can see which one is which, I'm going to show you how to set up for industrial auto sorting. You want to get this thing right here called a storage adapter. It's a little black box. And what this does is you can put it on boxes. So you want to put this on all the boxes that you're going to be using industrial auto sorting. So you want to just put it on the top or either on the side. For these ones, I'm actually going to put it on the side. Depends on which way the box is facing, whatever is easier for you. All right. So now that you have all that set up, you want to set up an industrial conveyor. So you want one for each category. I'm just going to put it at the bottom here, I guess. All right, perfect. So now you have industrial conveyors ready to go. Now you want to go ahead and get a splitter. All right, there we go. And for this, you could just really put it wherever. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Now you probably won't need this many splitters, but I'm just putting them down just in case. Always good to have more than less. So you want to go from your industrial out. You want to get a combiner actually. An industrial combiner looks like this. You only need this if you have more than one depot box. Okay. So if you only have one, no need for the step. All right, so you want to go from here, put this on there. Okay, I got it. All right, we'll just put this right here, actually. Okay. Just go here, there, here, all the way over to there. All right. Up here. Boom. Bam. Up. All right. So once you have it in your splitter, industrial in. So this is all simple again. It's just like the electrical. It goes from out all the way to in, and then from out all the way to in. And then you could use whatever options of these. I'm going to use 3 because it's close to the next one. You go from industrial out 3, industrial in, industrial out 3, industrial in. Super easy. Really as easy as that. Now you have these exits right here. So you want to bring this down. And again, you can use whatever the out ones for this. And then bring it right here. Now that's plugged in to industrial input. Bring this down. And you want to just connect all these combiners. I won't make you guys wait. Here's the finish. All right, now that you have it all connected, easy as that. You want to go from industrial output into industrial input on these things. Easy as that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, the thing with piping is you can't always get it to look nice. All right, so now you have all these connected. Now you're like, oh, okay, what do I do now? So you see how this box says guns. Now let's say whatever you want your guns box to be, you go on the industrial conveyor for it and type in. As easy as that. It's quite literally that simple. Hit apply. Boom. This one, ammo. Oh, wonder what I put in here. Ammo. Armor. What could I possibly put in here? I threw you off. It's clothing, not armor. So you put clothing in this one. And this will depot really anything, like armor, clothing, stuff like that. Meds. Medical. Boom. Easy as that. So now once all of this has power, it will all work. So now let me go ahead and use this free one. So each industrial conveyor only takes 1 power. So I'm going to put in, I don't know how many there are, so 7. So you want to bring this over here. Now, the good thing with these is you don't need branches for all of these. There's actually a pass-through option, which pass-through means you can overlay the power to other items, and it only takes up the power that you need for that item, which is nice. I feel like I explained that really. I feel like I explained that well, but I don't. All right, boom, boom, boom. Now they're all ready. Now you just want to hit turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on. Now let's say I have meds. Okay, bunch of meds. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, let me depot the meds. Just got back from a big farm run. Had extra meds on me. I'm just a PvP god. Alright, so you see it's going down. Gotta wait a minute because it does take kind of a while, but I mean, it gets the job done. And now, auto sorted. Nice and simple. You could do anything that we put in, and there's always more. You could do like components. You could do like, I don't know, wood, stone, really whatever, and you just search up whatever it is. Now those guns should have gone to guns. Yep, they did. Perfect. Then you have ammo, and it would do the same for it. Alright, let's get into auto smelting. Getting into auto smelting, it is one of the most helpful things you can learn how to do. And the same thing we did with auto sorting. You want to have the adapters on. Basically everything. So we want to give it power. Electric furnaces each take 3 power, which if you're using a solar panel, kind of a lot because it's using up a lot, but still enough to power a good bit. So you want to just figure 3, 3, 3, boom, boom, boom. Branch out, power in, branch out, power in, branch out, power in. And now they're all powered. Easy as that. Now, what else do we have to know how to do? Well, you're going to need conveyor, conveyor here, conveyor there. Pipe tool, and you just want to connect it. So from here, you want to go from out to in, from out, in, out, in, boom, boom, boom. And then, easy as that. Oh, wait, no. I messed up. I messed up. There we go. So, you want to make sure before you go, after you leave one item, to go into like a box or something. So, like from a e-furnace to a box, or really from anything from like a depot box to a sorted box, it always has to go through a conveyor. Otherwise, it will not take it. Think of it like this. If you want something moved from one place to another, you need something to tell it to go to one place to another. And that's what the conveyor does. So when we're auto smelting, what you're going to need in the conveyor is anything that's an ore. So if you just look up ore in here, you'll find metal ore, sulfur ore, and high qual ore. Easy as that. You just hit confirm, and it's in there. So now, anything that's in this box, that's an ore, will be taken by this, put into here, and now we go to this one, and you type in sulfur, and metal frags, high qual, boom, boom, boom. So now, anything that got smelted will be taken by this, and put into this box. Easy as that. So now let's get us some ore. Alright, now that we have the ore in our inventory, there's one more thing we have to do. If you look at these, they don't have power yet, so we do have to add power. We just add one more branch up here, and we go from power out on our last branch to power in. And as long as this has 2, we're good, because it only takes a 1 power. Branch out, power in, power will pass through, power in, and now you turn them both on. Let's put the ore in here. It should go down pretty quickly. Just like that. And now it's being smelted. And now it's being brought all in here. Super easy, I know. And that's simple auto smelter. So you're tired of having the teammates who never make the meds but are always willing to take them out and probably die with like a whole inventory of them. One solution for that is if you don't have the time to just sit there and craft them, you could have them auto crafting. So if you put all the materials into one box, and it's taken by the conveyor and to put in here. Now what this is an industrial crafter. You put the blueprint of whatever you need crafted in there. For this, I have a medical syringe, and it would be taken out into the conveyor and put into this box. It's easy as that. So let me show you how it works real quick. Now that you have the materials, which I put in this box, low grade metal frags and cloth, you would put this in the conveyor. Low grade metal frags. And of course, cloth. Easy as that. So you want to get your pipe tool. You got industrial out to industrial in, industrial out to in, out, there, boom, bang. Okay, perfect setup right there. Easy as that. So now you want to add power. So I'm going to go to the last branch used. Take it over. Power in, power out. Now, the crafter only takes 1 power, so I'm only going to put in 1 power on this branch. And the conveyors only need 1 power, so we can keep this 2 power, branch out, boom, power in. Easy as that. Now if we were to turn it on, it should start up in a second here. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So now it's starting up. It is crafting. If you tab onto it, you can actually, if you tab onto it, you can actually see how it crafts. So it says craft in progress. It goes through, it makes the med, and it brings it into here. Really as easy as that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see more advanced electrical, please let me know. I'd be happy to show you how to do like a whole Chinese clan open core, as well as auto lockers, auto crafting for full kits that go into the auto lockers. I'd be more than happy to do it. Just please like up the video and make sure you subscribe. You guys have a good one.